Hi everyone, it's Eric from ecommon12.blogspot.com and welcome to my unboxing and first look at the Sony Xperia Z2. Now I must say a big thanks must go over to Vodafone for sending me this over to review, and as you can tell this has been used by other reviewers, evidence of this bloody dent that's right over here. I've got to say, in all my times I've been reviewing smartphones, I have never encountered a box that has been this poorly handled. The previous reviewer or reviewers or something must have not been handling this well, but keep in mind this is not how it will be presented to you when you actually order this up yourself brand new, unless you've got a very unreliable postal company. Anyway, let's take a look at the box. Now as you can see, here's the smartphone itself, and they're definitely advertising the fact that you're getting these digital noise cancelling headset. So they're trying to try harder with the earphones, Sony. I've tested them before, they have relatively given you some good quality earphones. Now let's take a look at the back of the box. And over here it shows you what various colors you can get it in. It says something about gives you some display information, a tri-luminous display, extra reality for mobile, and obviously it's running Android. 4K video recording, which is very nice to see. I think this was one of the first smartphones to have 4K video recording, apart from the Galaxy Note 3. And we've also got a 20.2 megapixel camera, which I am very keen to try out. We've got a 2.3 GHz quad-core processor and a 5.2-inch screen. So we're going around the 5 inches mark right here, or the screen right here. And it is a 1080p panel, by the way. So let's take off the lid. And here's the smartphone sitting up right over here on the top. I'm just going to pop this off to one side, and let's remove this and see what else we've got inside the box. So we've got what looks like is on top a screen protector, which I'm not even sure has been applied on the smartphone or if someone's already done it, but normally this will be brand new for you to actually put on. We've got Xperia Lounge and information on the headphones, which we'll definitely take a good look at in a minute. Okay, so next what we've got is a micro USB to full-size USB connector, which is what you're going to be using to charge and synchronize the smartphone. And what we've also got right here is the 3-pin UK plug. You're going to use that cable I showed you earlier to actually charge the phone. And what we've got here is the earphones, and let's just take these out and have a good look at these, because these are looking really quite nice. Similar design to what we've seen previously on Sony smartphones. They're a bit dusty here, I've got to say. But yeah, this looks like it's good, and you've got looks like a gold-plated 3.5mm audio jack, so that's really quite nice. Put this off to the side, and what we've got here is some extra silicone ear tips, so you can put them in your ear, so you can basically get the one that fits perfectly for your ear. And we'll get to actually, let's just get to this first. Now this is an OTG cable. Now I am already very familiar with these, as I have already taken advantage with it. But with this you can basically connect this micro USB port to your smartphone, and this could be with any Android device. Then this bit allows you to connect a USB thumb drive or passport, or heck, if you get a Xbox 360 controller like I've got here, with the 360 controller for Windows, you can even connect a 360 controller on here and play certain games or emulators, or even the OnLive application, which will allow you to do console gaming on your smartphone or tablet. I've already done videos covering this, so I would recommend that you check those out. There'll be a link to those in the video description if you really want to see what you can do with one of these, as it really is a very interesting device. And as you can see, I've already got one. So yeah, I've been putting that to good use. Okay, and finally we've got some documentation right here. Startup guide, how to transfer your data from something like an iPhone to your Sony smartphone. SAR information, and we've got important information. That's enough looking at what's inside the box. Let's take a look at the smartphone. Now, I'm going to say one thing first before getting on to anything else. I am so glad that Sony have decided to put front-facing speakers on here. I've complained about their speakers in the past on their smartphones, as they have not been all that, but this looks very, very interesting, and I'm just super impressed, extremely impressed with what Sony have done, because I always say that after the HTC One, other smartphone manufacturers should sort of like take ideas from HTC and implement front-facing speakers, because that's the best place you can possibly put it. But none of them have taken that on board, except for Sony. So, thumbs up to you, Sony. I really give you props for that. So, let's power it on, see if it's got any juice, and whilst it's powering on, I'll give you a quick little tour around the smartphone. So you got the 5.2-inch 1080p screen right here, you've got a 1.2 megapixel front-facing camera over there, you've got what here looks like the SIM card tray, That's nice. The speakers, I can tell you, sound better than what I normally hear on Sony smartphones. Actually, no, I think this is the SIM card tray, and this might be possibly a micro... You know what, let's take a... Oh, I forgot, actually. It's a waterproof smartphone, so yes, it looks like... Is that the SIM card or micro SD card? But yeah, you could basically... Yeah, it's a SIM card. SIM card there. That looks like micro HDMI or a micro USB connector. So... Let's put that back on. I gotta say, these flaps are much easier to handle as opposed to previous Sony smartphones. Okay, you got your power button right here. You got something else over here, which I cut. Oh, that's the volume rocker, isn't it? Wow, that's very recessed. I'm not too pleased with that so far. A bit stiff to operate. And over here, we've got what looks like, yep, a micro SD card slot. So again, great work, Sony, that you're putting those features there. The 20.7 megapixel camera right there, LED flash, Xperia logo, Sony logo, 3.5mm audio jack on the top, and we've also got a noise cancelling micro on the top. And this looks like something for some sort of charging grill, or possibly the microphone, a little lanyard connector, I assume. So let's take a look at the actual interface, and what I'm going to do is basically set this up, and then I'll come back with you for a first look. Okay, the phone is all set up, and something you might notice, I pull down the notification bar, everything is in different language. So I'm going to have to sort that out in the settings later on, because I can't translate the settings myself when the writing is this different language. So let's take a look. Responsiveness is really quite good. Let's see what the brightness is at. Oh, that should be brightness. That is a nice screen, although maybe it's because I'm under my studio lights right now, but it does look a bit not as saturated. Maybe it's because I've been using the Galaxy S5 recently, which is, like, you know, really saturated. So maybe I just need to get used to this, but so far it doesn't look as colourful as I would have thought. But once I'm probably done recording this video, it'll look much better in my actual real life sort of test. So yeah, performance seems very good, and I'm really quite impressed actually with the way it's actually been performing so far. The skin that Sony put on top does not seem as heavy as it normally does. This is a nice live wallpaper in the background. Oh, looks like I'm not switching screens, but there you go. You can pinch your fingers out, and there's a sort of carousel mode right here. And then you can also put in wallpapers, backgrounds, apps, widgets, etc. And this is a new sort of way of adding widgets that Sony have done. So I'm going to do a lot more testing of the smartphone within the next couple of weeks, and then I'll be bringing you stuff like a gaming performance test, which I always do, a 4K video test as well, in that beautiful park I always tend to go to. It's a very sunny day, so you'll get some really nice, good quality 4K capture there. And I'm also going to be giving you guys a full review near the end of my testing. So, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see all of you next time. Take care.